Hello, Monica. Hello. Let me get all my stuff posted. I'm slacking. I had to plug my phone in. It was dying. Hello, Ken. Let's see how that goes. What's everybody up to today? Anything fun and exciting? Yeah, that's fair. Oh, so Monica, let me tell you something real quick. So I went to Walgreens yesterday because I really wanted to find those EOS. Jack, no, don't. There's CBD lotion on his thigh, so I'm trying to get him to not touch it. Don't do it. And they had the EOS pack that I wanted, but it was $10 for 4 of them, and I was like, that's a little strange because I think it was cheaper on Amazon. So I really like the tinted ones, and Vert Bees has really good ones, so that is what I ended up going with. I ended up going with this one. But I did notice it makes a mess around your lips if you ain't careful. And then your lip looks like real big, like. Do. Okay, let me ask this question. Monica, do you want a talisman or do you want an oracle card? It was good. The walk over there was good too. Before, we'll see what happens. I think it's gonna. I'm not making any snow predictions. I'm just gonna mind my business and see. And see what happens. All right, let's see. What do I have for Monica today? This is the Karmic Justice card. Thanks for the heart me. Hi, Helen. I was like, where is the book? Okay, let's see. If you seek the balance of karma, then this card is a positive sign that whatever the outcome of a particular situation, it'll be a fair one. Karmic justice doesn't look the same for everyone because we all have different values and desires. Don't expect the repercussions to be immediate or the same nature. They will be of equal worth. However, if your own efforts have been unfair, this card could also mean that it's time to accept the consequences. Put bias and prejudice aside and open your heart. The endless knot on the... Jackson! The endless knot on this card symbolizes wisdom, compassion, and balance in the universe. Don't lick it. Red Bull gives you wings. Monica, that was a good one. Feel free to take a screenshot of our little dung beetle friends if you would like. Also, no one pick on my nails. I ripped them off yesterday. I'll get back on it at some point in time. Helen, do you want an oracle card? I'd be happy to pull one for you. You're welcome, Monica. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh. Oh, they're stuck. Hi, Courtney. You chopped what in half? What are you chopping? All right, Helen, let's see. This is Seraphim Seraphiel. Tune into the divine will and open to higher illumination. Oh, that makes sense. I was like, what the fuck? What? Hello, Euro. Okay, Helen, let's see. When the Seraphim Seraphiel comes to you, he is inviting you to step up your light. Imagine what your life would be like if you opened your heart completely and then act as if it is fully open. When you do so, Seraphiel will bring you inner peace, happiness, healing, abundance, and love. Expand your heart and receive his illumination. This card is also a call for you to tune into your higher self and listen to the divine will. Then do whatever needs to be done to harmonize with the divine blueprint of your life. When you do this, your life will be enriched beyond your wildest imaginings. All the help you need is pouring love into you now. Helen, that was a good one. Monica, thanks for the popular votes. Youthebomb.com. Ken, talisman or an oracle? Dinky, you too. Which one you want? Thanks for letting me pull it for you, Helen. I'm a big fan of these cards. Shout out to Ken for that. We haven't done this one in a while, I was reminded of. Spike, hold on one second. Is that... I just have a question. Please don't block him yet. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Can I... don't spam, because I actually have a question. Boy, I'm actually trying to have a conversation with you. Stop spamming. Let's talk about it for a second. How come a marriage is built on how tight a woman's vagina is? That's my question to you. What kind of marriage is built on a tight vagina? I would also like to give you some knowledge real fast of this. Do you know that the tighter someone's hoo-ha is, it actually means how uncomfortable and unsafe their nervous system is? So Spike, just so you know, all those girls who got that super gripper, they're scared of you. Have a good day, Spike. Ken's taking you out. Thanks for letting me talk. See you later. Euro, don't worry. Ken's on it already. That's why he was counting down. That's why he was giving me the countdown. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you. So, Ken, would you like a talisman or an oracle card? Courtney, thank you for the hearts, my friend. Much appreciated. Happy Thursday, everybody. It's Throwback Thursday. We usually do past life readings every Thursday. It's usually what we spend all day doing, all day talking about. If you're someone who doesn't want to do a whole past life reading, I have the past life deck out to do a little spread too, if you would rather. All right, let's see. Euro, would you like a card for the day? I'd be happy to pull one for you if you would like one. All right, let's see. What do we have? Listen, you got to know, I should really tell you guys what actually happened yesterday while I was in Discord with Ken and Dinky, because you got to know where that rage was bubbling at the surface. So it was ready to come out. All right, Ken, what do we got? Let's see. Let's see. This is the Union card. This has been like a full thing lately. It's okay, my friend. It's not going to tell you the future. It'll tell you about your current situation. Usually when I pull cards, they talk about current energy. And it's just a general card. But if it will make your anxiety worse, we will skip it. And I hope you can just hang out with us and take some deep breaths. This card represents unity, wholeness, and fulfillment. Harmony can arise from forces that can be seen as opposite, yet they are interconnected and they work to complement each other. This card can represent friendship, teamwork, or partnership. It's not essential to master every talent, skill, or knowledge because our unity with like-minded people can bring the best end results. This card teaches us to trust others in their area of expertise. The heavy weight of responsibility can be divided, and the celebration of success is much sweeter if it's shared. We are stronger together. Hello, Killa. Killa, did you add bubbles? No, that was Dinky that added bubbles. I thought Killa added bubbles. Ken, that was fabulous, sir. Fabulous. Okay, hi, Hypernova. Hi, Sarah. Nice to meet you. My name's Molly. All right, I'm going to Euro. And then, Dinky, do you want an oracle or a talisman? You are very welcome. What do we... Euro, this is Archangel Raguel. Be fair in all situations and resolve your conflicts. You got it. Me and the alphabet struggling. 1 second. Hold on. Choosing this card indicates that there may be a misunderstanding or a conflict in your life or in a relationship that needs to be resolved. It may be big or small from this life or another, but it is time to look at it from every angle. Remember that other people have a different perspective, so open your heart and try to understand their views. Your guidance is to let go of your ego around the issue and seek the highest solution with integrity. You may need to take your power back or forgive yourself or others. If so, now is the time to do so. Then ask Archangel Raguel to provide healing and resolution and take any opportunity that is presented to bring about harmony. Euro, that was fabulous. Okay, Courtney, talisman or an oracle? All right, Dink, let's see. What do we have for the Dinky? Hi, Summer. Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day wherever you may be. You got it, homie. All right, let's see, Dinky, what we got. Dinky, this is the grounding card. Euro, thanks for the follow. All right, let's see. The anchor in this card represents grounding and stability. A long-awaited relationship, position, or financial compensation will become permanent. You can now ease your mind and focus on the desired security. This card can mean finally seeing the light after a challenging period. The stormy weather is over and you can adjust to the new steady pace in life. Don't be afraid to take a chance, but choose the option with long-term beneficial results if the opportunity arises. Hi, Jen Marie. Hello. Dang, that was fabulous. Fab. All right, Courtney, what do we got? What do we have for Courtney today? Hello. Courtney, this is the equilibrium card. Let's see. It is time to align your intentions with your actions. You are dancing between opposite forces and your mind is racing with ideas. The complexity of motion is important in the discovery of new methods, and when all forces acting upon us balance each other, we are at equilibrium. Our perseverance and ability to let go and coalesce in a state of harmony. Learning to accept misfortunes, but having determination in the pursuit of our dreams brings confidence. The water takes whatever shape it's poured into so you can direct where the energy goes. Energy flows where your focus goes. Courtney, I love that one. That was fabulous. Killa, Jen Marie, would you guys like cards today? Do you want a talisman or an oracle? I would be happy to pull one for you if you would like one. It's also Throwback Thursday. We usually talk about past lives and do a bunch of past life stuff on Thursdays. The new podcast episode comes out tomorrow. It's not going to be a regular podcast episode. I'm actually going to walk through all the ways that I ground myself, all the somatic stuff I do, what I do when I have to deal with big feelings, what I do when I get in a freeze response, and that way hopefully it will help some of you see that it's like it's a never-ending process. All right, Jen Marie, let's see, my friend. Let's see, what do we got for Jen Marie? You're welcome, Courtney. I love your face. What was for lunch today? What do I have for Jen Marie today? Jen, this is the Passion card. Let's see. Oh, and don't forget the guided meditation to meet the child in the ether is also on Saturday. Allow your passion to rise up. Sometimes we try to suppress our desires to fit the social expectations and norms, but we can use this powerful force to thrive in a personal or professional matter. Our passion for life is immense because it comes from a place of love. This feeling is the ultimate and most powerful energy that we can emit. Be passionate about what you do and believe. Do not carry out decisions based on fear, worry, guilt, or shame. The state of mind can only bring the same type of negative feelings back to you. Choose the best version of yourself and project that passion out into the world. Love is powerful, Jen Marie. That is what it is. It's powerful. Don't give it all away. You got to give some to yourself. All right, Killa, I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hello, Andrea. I hope everyone's having a beautiful day. It is Throwback Thursday, where we usually do past life readings. I will tell you a couple things. Spirit guide snapshots are available. So are past life snapshots. I really quickly would like to show you what a spirit guide one looks like, just so you can kind of get a gist of it. So if you're someone who grabs one of those, here's all the stuff I find in your energy, and then here is all the things that your guides have to tell me. If you're someone who is interested in booking one of those, it's in the private booking link under rituals and reports, and whatever time you book it for is around the time it shows up in your email. I will also be honest, I do most of my work in the middle of the night. So if you get an email at 2 o'clock in the morning, there's your email. So there's that. Also, please be cognizant that some of them have been going to the spam folder. So I just want to say, if you're someone who's been waiting for an email from me and you're like, where is it's, check the fucking spam folder. It's been a nonstop issue for the last month. But it's there. It lives there. Hello, Laura. Laura, do you want your oracle card for the day? Do. All right, let's see. What do we got? This is Archangel Azrael. It is time to let go and prepare for change. This card advises you that it is time for a transition in your life. One part is ending and another is waiting to take its place. You may need to cut the cords to an aspect of your current life, and maybe a person, a situation, a job, a house, or even a country. Your guidance is to release the old graciously and courageously and prepare for the birth of something unexpected or unknown. Know that the universe is supporting you with the new, whatever it is. You are receiving healing, inspiration, and love from the angelic realms. Something good is coming into your life. Thank you for adding me as a contact, Monica. I'm honored. Maybe that, I don't know. For some reason, having Outlook I thought would be better than Gmail, but apparently Outlook goes to spam. So I just blame myself for that. So thank you guys for bearing with me with that. Laura, that was fabulous. Thanks for letting me pull it for you. Tay, thanks for the heart me. All right, let's see. So I will tell you, the numerology, it was. The numerology cheat sheet will be out tonight in the Patreon. Tomorrow, the new podcast episode comes out. We're going to talk about grounding and doing somatic work and how to handle a freeze response and a bunch of other things. And then Saturday is the live guided meditation to meet the child within the ether. So if that's something you're interested in, Ember's on a 7-day free trial. All right, Tay. Thanks, Nick. This is Archangel Dorenka, Tay. Hone your psychic abilities and see through illusion. Let's see. This card guides you to open up to the psychic abilities latent within you. To do this, expand your right brain by listening to your intuition and trusting your inner guidance. Practice choosing with your heart rather than your left brain, and focus on your throat chakra, your spiritual center of truth, and visualize an upward pointing triangle within it. This opens it up to allow Archangel Dorenka and Archangel Michael to pour sacred geometric codes into it. Be aware of these angel sonics and know that your psychic abilities are being honed. Choosing this card reminds you that metaphorically you can fly, so expand your vision and focus on your wildest dreams. You have untapped gifts and abilities and are being invited to bring them forward. Jessica, thanks for the follow. Tay, that was fabulous. Butterfly, thank you for the heart. Me, I'm coming to you next. Thank you guys for helping me light up this gift gallery. Let me try to fix this real quick. Let's see, you think we can get 6 roses? We're going to try. All right, Butterfly, let's see what we got. Ooh. Butterfly, this is Archangel Jeremiel. Learn from your challenges, relax, and trust. Thank you for the roses. All right, let's see. Choosing this card suggests it is time to move beyond a stumbling block in your life with hope and courage. Your guidance is to look at your challenges and see them as opportunities for growth and decide what you have to learn from each. When you have done this, ask Archangel Jeremiel to enfold you in his deep purple amethyst light to transmute your old ego limitations. Open up to his inspiration, support, and messages of hope. Know that your challenges have been orchestrated for your growth and are an important part of your path. This card reminds you that sometimes the quickest way forward is to trust and hand it over to higher realms. Butterfly, that was fabulous. I hate that coin guy. Such a little... I don't like him. Thanks for letting me pull it for you, Butterfly. That was fabulous. So I hope you're all having a beautiful day. It is Throwback Thursday where we do past life stuff today. Tomorrow is the new podcast episode where we're going to talk about grounding, how to deal with some big feelings, how to get yourself out of a freeze response. All the things. Honestly, I talked about it a little bit in the daily collectives this morning that like I'm a little embarrassed to show some of the ways, but I don't know why. So we'll work through that as part of it, I guess. And then also, if you would like to be a part of the Child Within the Ether guided meditation, it is on Saturday in the Patreon, and Ember's on a 7-day free trial if you want to check it out. What's everybody up to today? Anything fun and exciting? Thank you guys for the roses. It looks like we need 3 more. Oh, we need 2 more from 2 different people. So thank you for that. Monica, I have to be totally honest. I don't do other people's guided meditations. I don't go on YouTube and do meditations. I've just never been that person. I just do like my own. I did try recently and it just wasn't, it didn't work. So whenever I do stuff, I just go real quiet. But I have not tried a hypnosis one. Thanks for the rose. Ooh, a nap sounds good, Court. A gardening nap. Ooh, Butterfly, what are you getting at the library? Killa, that sounds good. Hello, I wish I could pronounce your name. You have a bat. Can I call you my little bat friend? Raven, thank you for the heart me. Killa, I feel like you should be chilling with some kind of good snack or something. All right, Raven, let's see what we got. Hi, Beth. Beth, do you want a card? All right, let's see. What do I got for Raven? Raven, this is Archangel Azrael. It is time to let go and prepare for change. Nevaeh. Your name's Nevaeh? Girl, why couldn't I see that? Oh, it's because you used all them fancy things. Sorry, I'm blind. I do have glasses. I really just don't have them on because I can't stand looking like a bug in this ring light. Okay, this card advises you that it is time for a transition in your life. One part is ending and another is waiting to take its place. You may need to cut the cords to an aspect of your current life and maybe a person, a situation, a job, a house, or even a country. Your guidance is to release the old graciously and courageously and prepare for the birth of something expected but unknown. It may be a creative project or a baby. You may even relinquish an old characteristic and birth a new aspect of yourself. Oof. Yes, ma'am. That was a big name for a while. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying that was a big name for a while. Hi, Meg. Long time no see. Raven, thanks for letting me pull it for you. Okay, let me see. Sandra. Hello. All right, I'm going to Beth and then I'm doing Sandra's. Let's see. What do I got for Sandra? Hello. Sandra, hold on. I reroute 1 second. What do I have for Beth right this second? What do we have for Beth today? Beth, this is Archangel Jophiel. Act with wisdom and use information for the highest good. It's Jen Marie. I appreciate you. I just love you. This is the card of wisdom. Wisdom means gathering available information and applying it for the highest good. You are being guided to use yours carefully today in a situation or a relationship or to help others. Call on Archangel Jophiel and he will help you raise your frequency so you can act or advise from a wise perspective. Choosing this card also suggests that you're in a position to impart helpful or sacred knowledge. You're also being guided to send Archangel Jophiel's angels to situations where they're needed and to receive light codes to accelerate your own ascension. That was fabulous. Oh, thanks for helping me with the flash goal for the roses. You guys are the bomb.com. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to Sandra next. I hope everyone's having a great day. It's Throwback Thursday. We usually do past life readings today. They're $22 hairs if you want, or they're stuff over here on this little thing that makes TikTok happy. Also, don't forget the cheat sheet for soul contracts is coming out today. The new podcast episode is tomorrow, and then the guided meditation to meet the child within the ether is on Saturday. Hold on, sorry, I'm trying to find that. Got it. Okay. All right, Sandra, let's see, my friend, what we got. Meg, do you want a card? This was Sandra's card. Sandra, this is the Guardian Angel card. Love yourself unconditionally and ask for help. Thanks, girl. I appreciate you. I already picked next month's theme, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's see. I forgot the alphabet again. Oh, man. Ha! This card reminds you that you are loved unconditionally. When you remember that, your self-worth, self-esteem, and confidence increase. You feel happier and more harmonious, and you view the outside world with eyes of love. Your guidance now is to see yourself as your angel sees you. Look for the good in yourself and others so that your heart center glows. Then your own etheric wings will spread and grow. People will sense them and be drawn to you, so enfold those who need comfort. If you need help, ask your guardian angel, and if what you are asking for doesn't happen, either the timing is wrong or it isn't for the highest good, so let it go. Sandra, that was perfect. Thanks for letting me pull it for you. All right, Meg, let's see. What do we got for Megan today? Oh, the other thing I wanted to tell you is this. If you are someone who's been really curious about when I talk about soul contracts, but you don't want to make the whole commitment to a soul design, I have set up a new part in the private booking for just to do your soul contracts part of it if you would like. So feel free to go check it out if you don't want to commit to the whole thing. All right, let's see. Megan, this is Archangel Jophiel. Act with wisdom and use information for the highest good. This is the card of wisdom. Wisdom means gathering available information and applying it for the highest good. You are being guided to use yours carefully today in a situation or a relationship or to help others. Call on Archangel Jophiel and he will help you raise your frequency so you can act or advise from a wise perspective. Choosing this card also suggests that you are in a position to impart helpful or sacred knowledge. You are also being guided to send Archangel Jophiel's angels to situations where they are needed and to receive light codes to accelerate your own ascension. That was a good one. Thanks for letting me pull it for you, Meg. Thanks for the Go Popular, SandraYouTheBomb.com. Actually, you are so welcome, Sandra. Would you like a past life spread? I would be happy to do one for you if you would like one. Bow, bow, bow. I'm pretty sure it was you yesterday. I think you came in yesterday and I had this like feeling that I really wanted to do something for you, but then by the time I went looking for you, I think you were gone because I rambled too long. So I would love to do one for you if you would like one. The way I do these is I ask for one of the prominent soul cycles from your past lives that affect you in this lifetime. And then some ways that we can work through it. So if that sounds good to you, I would be happy to do it for you. Okay. Perfect. All right, let's see. All right, what is a prominent soul cycle that Sandra needs to be aware of? Which I have a feeling that you are kind of already aware of it. Usually we are. Hey, you wouldn't happen to deal with some chronic health stuff, do you? I haven't seen this in a while. Okay, so the cool thing that I really like about these cards is they all have flowers attached to them. Like, I have never heard of this one before. So I'm going to show you the first two cards that came out in reference to what the soul cycle is. So is this turned? Yes. Okay. So this one is the health card. So this usually to me is like chronic illness, but it can also be like people who are plagued with like anxiety and racing thoughts. The other thing too is usually when the doubt card comes out, it's about you doubting yourself, second guessing yourself, and it also leads to like anxiety. So let me ask you a question. Were you always someone who was like anxious and overstimulated as a kid? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so I'm going to show you the next two cards when I split the deck. This is what came out. So I was going to say, right, as a kid, you were always someone who had to be resilient and put a fake face on and act like everything's okay. And you still do that in adulthood. And I think you do that with your chronic illness because I think you still focus on helping everybody because sometimes you feel that your worth is predicated on what you can do for other people. Does that make sense? Let's see. So what can we do? Do you struggle to ask for help, receive information, receive love, receive kindness, struggle to trust people? Do you also have a hard time finding the good in people? Like, do you find yourself waiting for like the other shoe to drop? Okay, so the yin, so our yin energy is our left side. It's our receiving side, our feminine side. Our yang side is our right side. It's our masculine giving side. And so with this, it tells me that you struggle with opening this receiving channel, but you're also waiting for the other shoe to drop because you have a hard time believing there's good in people. So what I would like you to know is this: there is some shadow work to do in closing that cycle because it will keep continuing if you expect it. Because so it's kind of what I said. Someone had this card earlier. What you put your energy to is where it flows. So if you're constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop or something bad to happen, it will happen. So one of the things to work through that is open-heartedness, is working on how to start trusting and giving people the space with boundaries, not in a way for you to get hurt, but in a way for you to open yourself up and set boundaries at the same time so it's healthy for you. Does that make sense? This card's been a big card this week. Big card. And I just want to see what, if that's something. Yeah. So, don't, a couple things. Don't abandon yourself because other people have done it in the past. Because in doing that, you will let a lot of things slide and you'll let a lot of things go. And it's not for your benefit. So, Sandra, what I want to tell you is this, is that you have a lot to give and you are worthy to receive it. So start finding a way to like slowly make little changes. And what I mean by that is just ask yourself some questions. Like when you're having a tough day with trust, or you need to ask for help and you don't want to, just sit with yourself and ask where it's coming from and whose belief is it that you don't deserve good things. I get that. You're worthy of getting. That's the thing. We are worthy of receiving. This is the other thing I tell people all the time. If you're someone who wants to start like connecting into your guides and your lost loved ones and all these things, it doesn't matter if your third eye is wide open and singing praises. If your receiving channel is shut off, it's never going to get here. It will get caught. It's like a hose. You know, when the hose gets kinked up and the water only flows a little bit and then it stops? That's the same thing that happens on this side. So if you're struggling to connect, I also would venture that you're someone who's struggling to accept love and kindness and all the other things that you deserve. Because if you don't believe that you deserve those things, you don't believe that you deserve something greater than you. Does that make sense? So, Sandra, I just want you to know you're so worth it, my friend. Hey, Sandra, let me ask you a question. If I gifted you a month of Ember so you can utilize some of the energy work in the shadow work journal, would that be something you would use? Okay. 1 second. Do. Okay, so I'm going to go to the cord real fast. I just sent it to you in the cord. So feel free. Come hang out with us, my friend. Check out the Shadow Work Journal. The Shadow Work Journal is something that I create every month to kind of help people ask themselves questions. It's not out of judgment. It's not to make you feel bad about yourself. My whole goal in life is to make you think. Okay? Because I don't want to do the thinking for you. I think enough. I don't want to think for you. I don't need to fix things for you. Because if I fix them for you, how are you ever going to know how to fix it? You won't. So one of the reasons I do that shadow work journal is because it's broken into prompts that make you think about what the theme is for the month. And it makes you kind of self-reflect and look at some things that you might not have looked at. So please know the shadow work journal is never to make you feel bad. It's just to make you think. So if you're someone, whether you're in Spark, Ember, Healer's Hearth, any of them, you have access to the Shadow Work Journal. And if you're someone who doesn't want to join a tier and you just want to grab the journal, you're more than welcome to do that too. Girl, get it, my friend. There was a reason I felt called to talk to you yesterday, but I think you had to go. So come hang out with us in the cord. Feel free to do all the things in there. It's really worth it. Like it's, in my opinion, I know that's probably biased, but I think that if you're someone who's really ready to kind of, I'm just going to say it, pull your head out of your butt, the Patreon is the place to be. And Ember's $20 a month. Even just doing the guided meditations, it's worth it. So feel free, come hang out, my friends. And if you're someone who wants to check it out, it's on a 7-day free trial, so you can come check it out. Love that. I love it. Sandra, thanks for letting me in your energy, my friend. YoutheBomb.com. You are. I hope you know that. There is a live guided meditation this Saturday. It's the child within the ether. I'm very excited about it. We're probably all going to cry. Hopefully I don't cry while I'm leading the meditation. You are so welcome, my friend. Thank you for being you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sandra, actually, do you want a talisman before I let you go? Now I got that Funk Soul Brother song stuck in my head. You know what I mean? Check it out now. Do, 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 do. I'm just not stuck. So, I would like to remind you of a couple things. All right, let's see. Tomorrow is the new podcast episode where we're going to talk a lot about how to ground, how to get yourself out of a freeze, how to deal with really big emotions that want to ruin your whole day. That's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to show you all the ways that I deal with it, and probably some ways that you do not. Nice try. Okay, let's see. What do I got from Sandra? This is the Divine Guidance card. You're welcome. All right, let's see. It is best to watch out for a sign before moving forward. You are ready to enjoy the fruits of your hard work, but don't decide to embrace any one aspect of your life just yet. Wait for some more information to emerge before making the choice. This card can also mean that it's best to use your intuition to make the final call rather than your rational mind. Try to read the signs carefully and trust your instincts. Although it may be frustrating to wait, proceed when the time is right, and it will be much more rewarding. I am patient is the affirmation. So Sandra, whatever you're trying to rush, don't rush and just go with the flow. As always, everything happens when it's supposed to, and everyone's where they're supposed to be. You're not behind, you're not ahead, you're just there. Enjoy it wherever you may be, even if it's not great. There's always something to find grace in or gratitude in, you know? Always something. Do. Sandra, thanks for letting me pull those for you. Dun dun dun. What a day. It's Thursday. Hey, Jen, are you supposed to get a bunch of snow? Are you in the path of this Fern? Tropical storm Fern? Oh, bummer. Where is Fern's mother? I have not seen her today. I would like to lodge a complaint that she is housing Snow Miser. Sandra, you're so welcome, my friend. It is. I started laughing the other day. It is Tropical Storm Fern. That's why I messaged Rebecca. I put in the Discord, I said, Rebecca, come get your girl because she's causing problems. Oh, Sandra, where are you? Where you be at? Oh, are you supposed to get it though? Isn't it supposed to come to you? I'm not saying anything political. I almost said something political, but we don't do that here. All I'll say is I did see a certain political official flee the state of Texas today, and that's his MO, so I did find that interesting. Anyway, that's all we're going to say about that. Moving on. Right, Monica? I'm surprised you don't have any. I really am. Yeah, that's That's exactly what I said. When I saw the pictures today, I went, so we know what's going to happen. Oh, JJ, hello. Ooh, Laura, that's a plus. That's a super plus. Oh, yeah, he does that. What a real man of the people. Dawn, hello. JJ, do you want an oracle card? All right, Dawn, let's see. What do we have for Dawn today? Oh, we go. Dawn, thanks for the popular vote. Dawn, this is Archangel Uriel. Come into harmony and balance and use your power for peace. Bye, Monica. Have a good day. All right, let's see. Choosing this card suggests that you are ready to come into harmony and balance. Call on Archangel Uriel to help your inner wisdom emerge and guide you through any challenges or situations presented to you. You are reminded that when wisdom is your guide, the outcome will always be for the highest good and you will feel totally safe and secure. This card also suggests it's time to be a peace ambassador, so examine situations from an enlightened perspective. This will enable your light to become peaceful and golden. That was fabulous. Big fan of that one. Affirmation, welcome back, my friend. How are you? JJ, did you want one? I don't want to skip over you if you did. You're so welcome, Dawn. Thanks for hanging out with me. Don't forget, everybody, the guided meditation to meet the child within the ether is on Saturday. And the podcast episode tomorrow is all about how to ground, how to get yourself out of a freeze, how to deal with the big emotions, all the things that I talk about that energy work makes it easier to deal with. Fabulous affirmations. Thanks for asking. All right, let's see. What do we got for affirmations today? Hello. This is Archangel Drursissa. Create a solid spiritual foundation and be in service to the planet. All right, let's see. Receiving this card suggests that you are ready to move forward on your ascension path. It reminds you to strengthen your Earth Star chakra by walking, a spiritual reading, meditation, chanting, or your own particular spiritual discipline. Ask Archangel Drursissa to help you sink roots deep into Hollow Earth so that you can access wisdom and knowledge. This is also the card of universal service. Archangel Drursissa is calling you to assist the planet by sending your light down the ley lines or around the new 9th dimensional cosmic grid. To do this, visualize yourself as a column of light and then draw cosmic energy down through yourself into Hollow Earth. See it spreading through Earth's 5th dimensional ley line grid and then out through Stonehenge to light up the cosmic grid. Affirmation, that was fabulous. Thanks for letting me pull it for you. I'm a big fan of these. Dun, dun, dun. So it is Throwback Thursday. We do past life readings if that's something you're interested in. I have the past life spread deck out if you would like to do a spread versus a reading. The new podcast episode is out tomorrow. The guided meditation to meet the child within the ether is on Saturday. Claire! Hello! How are you? How's the future? It's not snowing there, I assume. Last I heard it was summertime. Claire, do you want an oracle or a talisman today? Which one would you like? Bye, Beth. Have a great day, my friend. Fallon, thanks for the heart me, my friend. Hello. Hello. All right, Fallon, let's see what your card is for the day. Dun, dun, dun. What do we have for Fallon today? Mother trucker. Fallon, left or right, my friend? Left or right? Ooh, I love the smell of rain on a hot day. Does that make sense? Do you guys know what I mean by that? Like, you know the smell right before it rains? One of my favorites. This is Archangel Zariel. Give and receive love and obey the spiritual laws. Sandra, thank you for lighting up the corgi. Thank you. Youthebomb.com. All right, let's see. The message of this card is to give and receive love. It also reminds you of the importance of family life. If you're distant from your immediate relatives, it calls on you to examine the situation and reconnect at a higher level through Christ-like. You're asked to keep your heart open and hopeful, and if you have close, loving bonds with your family, it recommends you find ways to deepen the links with unconditional love. This card also suggests that you adhere to spiritual law, for this is the pathway to power with wisdom, joy, blessings, happiness, and love. 444 for the likes. You guys rock. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so let me reset this up. Jack, don't start. Let's see. Sorry, they've moved everything around, so I'm trying to find it, and it's not working out very well. Okay. Nailed it. All right, Claire, let's see. Right, see, and I want you to know the other thing too. So we talked about it a little bit in the Soul Design live stream last night, so I'm going to reiterate it one more time before I pull Claire's card. So synchronicities also, in my experience, go much deeper than just angel numbers. So what I want to tell you is this. The main numbers, okay, that I see for myself are 1, 4, and 5. Those are the main numbers that I see. Sometimes I see 3, but it's usually 1, 4, and 5. Well, my soul destiny is a 14-5 on energetic frequency. So if you are someone who knows what your soul destiny number is, you know what your life path number is, see if that lines up to what is in your contract. And I say that because when you are seeing those numbers, you're in alignment with the frequency of your path. And so the other thing I'll tell you too, like number 1 is related to Archangel Michael. So if you are someone who, works with him, that's even something more to pay attention to. Or if you've been seeing it and you don't understand why, there's more to look into than just what the angel numbers will tell you on Pinterest. So I just want to let you know that if you know what your soul design number is and you happen to, Jack, stop it. And you happen to know what your frequencies are, you'll probably notice that those are some of your biggest synchronicities that you see. All right, Claire, let's see. What do we got? This is Archangel Gabriel. Shimmer with diamond light and express your creativity. Let's see. I forgot the alphabet again. Drawing this card suggests that you are seeking clarity about a person or a situation. Sit quietly and ask Archangel Gabriel for guidance. Visualize his vast, shimmering cosmic diamond being placed right over your energy fields to hold you in the highest light. As this happens, know that old ideas and outmoded viewpoints are being released and that your frequency is rising. This will enable you to see everything from an enlightened perspective. Archangel Gabriel will support you in writing, art, or any other form of expression. This is a time for joy, wisdom, and a new trust in the universe, so demonstrate these qualities today. Well, Claire, that was a pretty good one, I must say. It's funny how all the synchronicities line up, isn't it just? Oh, big fan. Claire, thanks for letting me pull it for you. So I would like to remind you of a couple things. 1, it's Throwback Thursday, so we do a lot of past life stuff today. 2, if you're someone who has ever been curious about a past life snapshot or a spirit guide snapshot, whatever time you book the appointment for is the time that the report winds up in your email, and they look like this. So this is a spirit guide one, so I tell you what's in here and then go through your messages. that is something that's available for spirit guides and past lives if that's something that you would like. Two, tomorrow is the new podcast episode that comes out. We're going to talk about how to ground, how to deal with big emotions, how to deal with like freeze responses, all that type of stuff. You're going to get to watch me dance like someone who's working through somatic things. And we're just going to talk about quick ways that you can kind of call your power back and like reground yourself. The next thing is on Saturday is Lee. Thanks for the dragon. The next thing is that tomorrow, not tomorrow, Saturday is the guided meditation to, meet the child within the ether. So if that is something you're interested in, the live guided meditation is on Saturday in the Patreon. And if you're someone who's looking for the breakdown of events in the Patreon, they're all on the calendar. All on the calendar. Claire, yes. Okay. So I'm gonna do Lee's and then we can do yours. Tina, thanks for the heart me, my friend. Okay, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to pull Tina's card and then I'm going to pause Oracle cards so that I can do past life readings. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Go for it, girlfriend. They're fun to watch. All right, let's see. What do I have for Tina? Brandon's the name of the drag. That's what we're going to call him from now on. Tina, this is Archangel Uriel. Come into harmony and balance and use your power for peace. All right, let's see. Choosing this card suggests that you are ready to come into harmony and balance. Call on Archangel Uriel to help your inner wisdom emerge and guide you through any challenges or situations presented to you. You are reminded that when wisdom is your guide, the outcome will always be for the highest good and you will feel totally safe and secure. This card also suggests it's time to be a peace ambassador, so examine situations from an enlightened perspective, and this will enable your light to become peaceful and golden. That was fabulous, Tina. Okay, Lee. Thanks for being patient with me. And then I'm going to Claire. You're welcome. So I'm going to put this up real quick just so that people don't get mad at me. Hold on. Bum, bum, bum. Ooh, hello. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Damn it. I meant to put a sticker. Hold on. You can tell my brain's french fried today. 1 second. Let's see. Hello, Arnold. Okay, Lee, do I have permission to come over and visit? Where is my... Oh, I'm knocking everything over. Okay, Lee, I'm coming. Wow, I've actually never seen that before. 1 second. Okay. Here's the easiest way that I can describe this. The first thing when I clicked in here is a terracotta warrior. Okay? It is, but it was alive. I really wish I could draw what this looks like. So the armor, right, that you have on, so you're a man in this lifetime. I just want to put that out there. The armor that you have on is, there's a couple things that are really striking about it. So one is that it's a mix of like these deep red burgundy colors, browns, and like slate grays. The other thing is the way that it sits, it reminds me of like a roof. I don't know how else to describe that, but it reminds me of the way a roof is built, like the way the armor sits. The other thing is like this is a very, I've asked multiple times if this is like a certain dynasty, and I keep getting, I don't, Shin, that's all I hear. Shin dynasty. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's an S or an X. The other thing that's really peculiar is like I'm watching you walk like you know how in like older, like in throughout like history you would see like castles or like compounds or just like where they have the big walls that are like I need a pen. Oh my God. So the thing is, this is the wall. And so when I came in, you were standing here, right? I wish I could draw it. It's like, it kind of is like a little egg hat. Like that's the way the helmet sits. Am not great at drawing right now, but then it like goes out here. And like the epaulets fall over the arm. So like they go out the arm, and here's the thing. The thatching on this armor is like the wall. That's like the only thing I can articulate is like it's thatched together like the wall is built. And then this helmet is like very anyway, there's also little brazier things up here that fire's coming on because they have like the glow from them, because I'm looking at you walking along up this point, right? And a couple things, it's dusk, so the sun has just started to go down. If I look further, there's like these big like rolling hills. It's really pretty. That's like the easiest thing I can say. Like it's quite the view up here. If I watch you turn around, there's some kind of like, I want to call it a castle, but it doesn't really look like a castle, but that's the easiest way I can describe it to you. It's made of what looks like gray stone, but it has like these reddish, burgundy, goldish and like embellishments. And the thing that's like super specific to that is when I look at it's like this. And this is the thing, it like thatches up like the entrance to it. Like that's what it looks like. Like the roof, goes like this on either side. And then there's like, can you see that? No, you cannot. Oh my God, I didn't realize you couldn't see it. It thatches like this. And then in case you couldn't see, here's what the wall looks like. And then you have this funky helmet on, but like the outfit is thatched like the roof. The very first thing when I asked about a soul cycle is there's a soul cycle of addiction, and it looks like it's like alcohol related, and it just looks like it was a way that you coped with like whatever you're obviously in. I don't really think this was considered a military at this point, but like you are someone who is in service to this, I'm going with this dynasty, and you didn't have a partner. It looks like there was someone you were interested in, like had some kind of relationship, but they passed early. You didn't have kids in this lifetime. You really spent your life in service to other people. It's kind of giving like what the expectation was of you in this time frame. So I also get that you ended up passing from whatever, something in your body having to do with your drinking. The other thing is there's a soul cycle here of just being, how do I say this? You are someone who had a lot going on in your internal world in this lifetime. So I see that you spent a lot of time like thinking and studying and pondering things that technically you couldn't talk to anybody about. And so you spent a lot of time writing and like in self-reflection. And I also get that this position, like on the wall, was like your favorite place to actually spend your time, because it looks like it was mainly just you a lot of the time, and you were able to kind of sit and reflect and be in your own space. So with that, there comes that soul cycle of just making sure you're not too much of a hermit, and understanding that you have things to share with people that they do want to hear. There was some kind of lizard that just ran across the ground. I was trying to see what it was, but I couldn't tell. It's like orange and red. It was quick. My uneducated guess is it looks like what I would say is a bearded dragon, but it isn't. Lee, here's the other thing. I get the impression that you've actually seen this lifetime before, because I asked them and they're showing me like a very specific image that like I wouldn't be surprised if you've dreamed it. So it looks like, I'm going to see if I can draw it. It looks like there's some kind of like fancy entrance to this place. And it's red and black. So like the wood on the side is red. And then this top wood is black, and it has some kind of, I don't know what these symbols are. But it has like, you have some kind of like symbols that are on it, right? And so when I ask what you've seen, they show me. So this is the black part. The roof is, oh my gosh, the roof is black, and it has these, wow, it has these gold markings written on either side of the black, and then it's red here, and then this is where it goes out, and when it leads out, it's like right between two like rolling hills. So the other thing I'm going to say here too is there is some piece of this lifetime that is in your solar plexus. So Lee, I feel like there is something to learn from this timeline. It's still, there's some kind of open cycle still connected. It looks like it goes to like self-worth and belief system. So if you ever wanted to sit with this, you could ask your guides to show you this lifetime, and what it is they would like you to learn from it. The other thing that I'm going to say is I wouldn't be surprised if sometimes you feel like you have a invisible like energetic band on your left wrist. And I just feel the need to tell you that there is something to do with connection to that. So if you ever randomly feel this like band that's not there, ask if someone's there. Like ask if someone is there to chat about, and like see if they're trying to send you a message. So I don't know if you saw, I'm going to show you my picture one more time. I would actually like to try to look up this and see if I can find it, but that is like my quickest rendition of what you looked like up on that. And I know I've seen that armor before, but like the only thing I can like rack in my brain is one of those terracotta warriors, but like living. That's the best way I can describe that. Lee, thanks for letting me in your energy, my friend. I love past life days. Throwback Thursdays are my favorite. I really have fun with them. Big fan. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Sam. Hi, Beatus. Lee, do you have any questions for me about any of that? I wish I could send you, if you're in the Discord and you would like this, I would be happy to take a picture of it and send it to you if you would like. I would be more than happy to. Okay. Thank you, Lee. Appreciate you. Arnold, hello. Thanks for hanging out. Okay. Claire. Claire? Is Claire here? Pet readings are usually 33, Sam. Okay, let's see. Claire, do I have permission to come on over in your energy? Okay. that was quite the headdress. Hold on one second. Okay. That looks like a sunflower. It's not what I was going for. So when I first clicked in, I got this very prominent picture. You were a man in this lifetime, with this sun dress, headdress thing. That's the easiest way I can describe it. I tried to draw it, but it looks like a sunflower, and that's not what it looks like. It I don't know how else to describe this. I'm just going to tell you the colors that are prominent in it. The feathers are black to white. So they start black at the base, they go to white at the tip. The other thing is they kind of run down. They have it has like a trail. And there's like this teal turquoise something in it. The other thing too is it's kind of like on this tanned, how do we describe this? It's like this tanned hide. That's like the best way I can say it. It's definitely a hide, but it's like a lighter one. It's not very dark at all. The other thing is there's intricacy to how the feathers are attached to this headdress. The other thing is you have some face paint on, but the very first thing I want to say is your eyes are real sunken in. I want to figure out why that is, because it just doesn't look right. It gives me the idea of like sickness. I actually think you had eye problems in this lifetime. Like, I think you actually went blind. One second. Okay. When I backed up for a second, I was able to see that you were born in this community. The other thing I'm going to say is this is an indigenous community that has something to do with an island, because when I first clicked in, I was staring at you standing like on the top of this cliff. And there were like these kind of like a couple rolling hills, but it's on an island because I can see like the shoreline of the beach. The other thing is you're super tan, super tan. When I back up, I see that you were raised here, right? But you were like, your mom passed shortly after you were born. The other thing that's really interesting is it's not like you signed up for the job that you got within this community. Like, I get the impression that whatever happened with your eyes, like you losing your sight helped increase your other abilities, and it helped you open other connections with things. I also feel like there was some kind of something catastrophic with these eyes. I don't exactly know what, but there's something to it. So after you lost your sight, one of the things that it looks like you spent a lot of time doing was being in connection with spirit and like being one of the tribal leaders within this community. And there's a soul cycle here of like, okay. The way that the soul cycle looks is we either allow things to make us cold and affect us, or we grow from things. And what I will tell you is in this timeline, while losing your eyesight gave you benefit, you were more upset about it. Like there was like anger and blame and with this, what I'm gonna say is it's just a part of the cycle of learning that it gives me the impression of like learning through that things don't happen to you, or like it's not because you're forsaken, it's that there's always a reason to it. And when you lost your eyesight in this lifetime, while it gave you a gift, you were still upset that something was taken from you versus looking at what was gained. So what I'll say is, if you sometimes feel like in this current incarnation, when you feel like things are out of your control, I wouldn't be surprised if you have some pretty big feelings around it. And it's part of the soul cycle. Like, it's part of working through it. So just know that the power and control that you have over yourself is the biggest part of this life cycle. And when you feel that your power is taken from you, it probably makes you pretty mad. The other thing that's really interesting is you really connected more with nature than people. I see you spending, particularly birds, colorful birds. You spent a lot of time like in nature and with nature over people. And so I wouldn't be surprised if you still feel that way in like in times of being overstimulated. I wouldn't be surprised if you go to nature. I also wouldn't be surprised if you're someone who you find that animals really like you for no reason. Like, I actually wouldn't be surprised if you're one of those people who, like, you'll go to someone's house and they'll be like, oh, Fluffy hates everybody. And then the next thing you know, Fluffy is in your lap. And everyone's like, oh my God, I just can't believe that. There's something to it. Also want to say one more thing. I wouldn't be surprised if you feel a certain connection to water and the stars. I know that sounds strange, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's been a couple times in this incarnation where like you've thought about going to the beach at nighttime, or you do go to the beach at nighttime to look at the stars. And I wouldn't be surprised if you feel this like old familiar like pang, but you just don't know what it's from. And it has to do with this lifetime. So just know that if you ever really feel like out of place or out of sorts, you can go reground there. I get the impression that grounding around water for you is something that would be really beneficial. I asked if you've seen this lifetime before, and they very specifically just showed me the image that I first saw when I came in. So I wouldn't be surprised if you notice, if you've ever had a dream where you see this guy just standing at the top of the cliff overlooking the ocean. And this is, I get, a place that you did a lot, whether it was a lot of your rituals, whether you just came to be. I also wouldn't be surprised if you have a dream that has a macaw in it. He's green and red. He's very pretty. He's green and red. So I wouldn't be surprised if you've had a dream with him. I'm going to go even just like a little bit further here, because there's just one thing I want to say. Whenever I see people who have big bird stuff going on, it usually leads me to other places. So the last thing I'm going to say, because I don't like talking about it on TikTok because we'll get shadow banned, but Claire, if you've never looked into the blue avians, I would. Sorry, let me see. There's something to be learned from this lifetime that goes towards your heart space, Claire. So if you ever wanted to figure out what that is, feel free to ask your guides to show you what this lifetime is, and they'll help you with your heart space in that. Because there is something from this timeline in your heart space that connects to that cycle. I feel like it's probably about self-love and compassion. I actually wouldn't be surprised in that, because this is going to sound so rude, but I don't mean it that way. But you were like kind of such a douche and so self-absorbed in this lifetime that I actually think that if you feel that you're being self-absorbed or a douche, you shame yourself over it. And that's just the way this soul cycle goes. So with that, I will just tell you, make sure that you're taking time for you. That's the last thing I'm going to say. Make sure that you are taking time for you. And that you're not like feeling guilty that you're not doing enough for other people. Does that make sense? And I'll show you, I tried to draw that crown, but it really just came out like a sunflower thing. So, yeah, disregard on that. I tried. Oh, Claire, thanks for letting me in your energy, my friend. I love past life days. They're so fun. They're so fun. Yeah, the bird. I want to see the bird real fast. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Green and hello. He kind of looked like that, but he's bigger than that. Is there... kind of like this. This is like the best one I can show you. Kind of looks like that. But the red on his face was much more like pronounced on the sides. They probably love you, man. I bet you can probably talk to them if you've tried. You probably could. Oh, Claire! Thanks for letting me in your energy, my friend. It's always an honor and a privilege. Happy Throwback Thursday, everybody. I hope you are having a beautiful day. Oh, Claire, thanks for the hand heart. I'm also a big fan of Corvids. I have one. I don't know if you can see it. You can't see him completely, but I have one. He's right there. He's right there. No, I did not. If every so you sent on CA, Sam, did you send to the CA or the V? Do. Okay, give me one. Do. Okay, give me one. Okay, give me 1 second. Deal. So Laura beat you by 1 minute. So I'm going to do Laura's past life reading, Sam, and then we'll do your pet reading, if that is okay with you, so I can stay in the past life range for this second. Oh. Hi, Brie. I'm in the middle of doing readings at the moment, so I'm not pulling oracle cards. So I have a past life reading. Oh, no. Dinky, a crisis has occurred. A crisis has occurred. Oh, could you see that? We're going to get in trouble. How did that break? Oh, that's terrible. Okay, it's fine. All right. Oh my God, that makes me so mad. I've been holding on to this for a rainy day, like the blizzard, and it broke in half, dude. Broke in half. All right, that's fine. It's fine. It could be worse. Yeah, no, I have two. You're right. You're right. Okay, Laura, can I come over and visit? Okay. I also am just going to put out there that I think that means we have 2 reading spots left. I was just very politely reminded that after these 2, I only am allowed to do 2 more. So just want to remind myself of that so I don't go over it. Laura, we're on a boat. 1 second. Okay, so you're a woman in this lifetime. What I will say is that the boat we are on is a boat that you are being transported on. So off the bat, without digging too deep, there's a soul cycle of power and control. So I actually wouldn't be super shocked if you are someone who also struggles with feeling out of control, or that someone tries to take control over you. Okay. I couldn't draw this if I wanted to. So you're in a boat. There's a lot of other people. It's like you're under the deck, so things are different. You're not allowed to like go above deck, it looks like. But there's this little like porthole, and it looks like everyone spends time like looking out, trying to see when they're gonna hit land. Because I get the like, this is something I can tell that like you're, if I look further, it looks like your family knew this was going to happen. It was something that was trying to be prevented. The other thing I want to say is that it looks like this is like right around the turning point of when I feel like saying a crusade, but it's not. It just feels like this was some kind of exploration journey where people were like enslaved to further the journey. And that you were someone who got caught up in that. Because I have a, it looks like you were sold. That's like the easiest way I can say it. This wasn't like a willing thing. I'm also going to say something really weird here, but I feel the need to. I wouldn't be surprised if you actually really like bread. That's all I'm going to say. I wouldn't be surprised if you were someone who likes and thoroughly enjoys bread. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if there have been times in your life where you've seen like the nautical star or nautical things, and it's elicited some kind of response, but you're just not 100% sure where it comes from. So when I asked about more soul cycles, because to be honest, that's really what I think this lifetime is there's a lot to do with soul cycles, and it's on the flip side of power and control, but it's also about worth. And so part of this lives in your sacral chakra still. I wouldn't be surprised if there are times where you just feel powerless. And you don't know where it comes from, you don't know why it feels that way, and it's part of overcoming this soul contract / this soul cycle, is to know where to pull, like where to use your power and how to pull it back and how not to give it away. Those are one of the biggest things that you're going to work on in this timeline, and you will be the biggest barrier to facing it. Because it just looks like there are some, like in this cycle, there are times where there's so much restriction, and then there are times where there is no restriction, and that leads to feeling out of control. So I'm even going to go a little further, that I wouldn't be surprised if you're someone who thoroughly enjoys routine and you thrive better on it. There is something specific to your left hand in this timeline. Like, I can't tell if it was injured. I get the impression it is. Like, the impression I get is that it was broken, and didn't heal properly. And therefore, you couldn't use it completely. There's something to do with that about receiving things. So just make sure too, Laura, that if you notice yourself struggling to ask for help and receive things, and accept love and accept that you're worthy, I wouldn't be surprised if sometimes if like your wrist hurts or like your hand hurts. around times you're feeling that way. And I think that's where the energetic distortion is just going to be more prominent. The other thing is if you wanted to go into this lifetime with your guides, you could. You would just have to ask them and be willing to receive the information, because I don't think it's information you would expect to receive. And it'll help clear out some of the stuff that's stuck in your sacral chakra. What I will say is when you get off the boat, you stayed working like in this kind of coastal region. I get the impression that you ended up working for somebody. And it seems like it worked out for the benefit, because it seems like whenever the change of hand happened from the boat to this place, it was with a better person. I mean, still not a great person, but you know, like someone who has some semblance of respect. What I will tell you is that I asked if there were any children for you in this lifetime, and I was brought to infertility. So there is a soul cycle of that in here as well. So that was something that was prominent in this lifetime. And that is one of those generational soul cycle things. Having children is just a karmic thing in general. Karma's not a bad thing, just lessons. Laura, the last thing I'm also going to say to you too is grounding is something that was super important to you in that lifetime that I see you doing all the time. Whether you were walking around with bare feet, whether you were making sure that you felt safe in your body regardless of the circumstances, those practices are something that would be beneficial for you to bring into your current timeline if you were ready to. The last thing too is I wouldn't be surprised if in times of high stress you feel constricted around your neck. And just make sure that you're being true to yourself about your feelings and your emotions. But a lot of that comes from what's directly tied here. And you'll feel that energetic squeeze kind of around your neck. I asked if you've seen this lifetime, and they very specifically showed me like, I don't know, like a oil lamp. It's not electric, that's all I can tell. It's a flame in like a encased in something down a like on the side of a road. Like it's really dingy and dirty. But it's like it looks like it's like right before a dock or something. And the other thing I really feel the need to say to you is bare feet. Barefoot. Every time I've seen you in this timeline, you have no shoes. That is like something I really just want to reiterate. You have not had shoes one time. Not once. Not one time. So, Laura, if I can tell you anything about that, I would look at how control and authority make you feel energetically in this timeline. And from that, you'll start to kind of back up and see where you can find it in your auric field. Does that make sense? You are so very welcome. Hey, I feel compelled to pull you a talisman before I let you go. Would you like one? Okay, let me see. This is the Resilience Talisman. Let's see. There might be a task you have to understand, and it will be difficult, unpleasant, or inconvenient. It may affect other people's feelings, but you are obliged to first make sure that you are safe and provided for. When our physical needs are not met, elevating the mind and soul can sound impossible. Use your positive attitude and study temperament to avoid focusing on feelings of guilt or doubt. Dealing with adversity makes us more resilient, and it does the same for others. We cannot shield our loved ones from difficulties, but we can be there to hold their hand and offer one understanding and empathy. You are making the right move. Hey, I just work here, girlfriend. I just work here. I just do what they tell me to do. You're so welcome. Thank you for allowing me in your energy, Laura. It is always an honor and a privilege. Okay. Sam, what am I doing for a pet reading, my friend? What are we doing? I appreciate you, Laura. Thanks for letting me in your energy. JC. JC, thanks for the heart. Can I ask you a question? Was Crystal like a lighter colored dog? Okay, let me tell you, hold on one second. I want to just do one thing. So, when I do mediumship of any kind, whether it's animals, whether it's people, the one thing I ask to do is don't feed the medium. So all I'm going to ask you to do is give me yes and no answers to my question. And if you feel the need to explain a little, go ahead, but try to, it's okay, girlfriend, try to let me just do yes and no questions to see if we can get there. Can I ask you something? Towards the end of Crystal's life, were they someone who had like breathing issues? I also have to ask another question. Sam, do you have some kind of white bulldog in your repertoire at all in life? Hold on one second. Did Crystal have trouble seeing? Next question. Does she have a thing where her tongue hung out like the side of her mouth sometimes? Yeah, Sam, this is strange because I have another dog that keeps coming up. And you said that it's not your dog, so I'm trying to figure out whose dog it is because it's... Did Crystal have a blanket they used to hide in? Was it a pink fluffy blanket? Sam, I'm going to be honest. I keep getting another dog. I don't think this is gonna, I don't even want to keep pushing it, to be honest, because I keep getting another dog. And when I try to, so the only thing that I can tell you that I've seen, as I see a Jack Russell, it looks like they have cataracts. The other thing is it looks like their tongue sometimes flops out the side of their mouth. They look really happy, like their tail goes all the time. They showed me like what looks like a greenish colored couch that they used to spend all their time on, like one side next to like a like an like where the arm is. And then they showed me a blanket that was like in this spot that they would curl up in, and like made mention of like snug as a bug in a rug. Um, the other thing that looks prominent is next to this place where they used to sit, there's a lamp. Um, and it looks like they had some kind of off, like it was red maybe at some point, but the collar faded. Those are what is coming. Does that make sense? All right, let me ask you this question. Did Crystal help you with a lot of like emotional stuff that you dealt with? This breathing thing's come up twice, so just put a pin in that. Um, did you guys spend a lot of time, like, did you guys hang out in like a bed a lot? Can I ask you a question? Is there like a TV show that you guys used to watch all the time? Or is there like something that was like always on that you guys like would watch together? She tells me it's like your feel good show. Does that make sense? Is there something about McDonald's ice cream cones? It looks like a McDonald's vanilla ice cream cone. Okay. I gotta be honest, I'm so confused. Hold on. Did you have to put Crystal down? Can I ask you a question though? Because this continues to come up. Was that something that you worried about, Sam? Like, did you like anticipate her going? Like, was that something that you were concerned about, was having to put her down? Like, I get the impression that she was also starting to have like old age illnesses. Okay. Did you always worry about her? Like, were you always worried that something was going to happen to her, and that what were you going to do like when she leaves? Because she gives me this like, okay, because she's brought it up multiple times. She's brought up the breathing thing multiple times and this multiple time. And so she has brought me back to this place of, you cared for her. You did everything for her and took better care of her than sometimes you do yourself. Does that make sense? Okay. Can I ask you another question? Do you have trouble, like, did she help you feel grounded and like steady in the space you were in when she was here? Like when you were feeling out of sorts, or okay, are you struggling to find that again because she isn't here? Did she have, like, through her life, did she get ear infections? I'm trying to see where she keeps shaking her head. So there's, just put a pin in that. She shook her head a bunch of times. So I'm just trying to figure out like what that's about. So was that something that she just did? Did she just shake? Sam, I gotta be honest, I'm so confused. Um, Let me ask you a question. Is there something you want to ask her specifically? Yeah. Can I ask you, is your bed like a little higher than normal beds? Does it have space underneath it? Or is it on the floor? Is there space under it? Okay. Is there like probably like this much space under it? Okay. If I said to you, is okay, I don't know how to. If you're sitting on your bed, Sam, are you, if you're sitting on your bed, right? If I'm sitting on your bed, if I look straight ahead of me, is there a door off to the right hand side? Because there's like two things that have become like that she's shown me multiple times. One is like specifically the right bottom side of your bed. Like that's where she spends a lot of time, is right on that bottom side of your bed. The other thing too is I get the impression, do you like ever notice that you're like sitting kind of like minding your own business but you feel something brush against you? Do you feel it specifically on the left side too, more so than anything else? Can I ask you something? Did she spend time in your lap too, quite a bit? Because I just see like she just kind of like showed me when I ask what she did, like where. So she shows me like brushing up against the left side of your arm and then like curling up like in your lap. But the thing is she seems to sit more to one side of your lap than the other. Um, Did she have strong feelings about water? Just gives me the impression it wasn't her favorite thing. Gives me the impression water was just not her favorite. Sam, do you have her collar with like a tag on it? Okay, because she shows me like a collar with a like it looks like a circle tag. Does somebody have it? Now I'm even more confused. All right, Sam, let me just ask you, do you have any other questions you want me to ask while I'm up here? I also really need to ask again about this French bulldog situation. It's a white bulldog with a pink collar, like pink beads, like big beads. Sam, can I ask you another question? Was your mom close with this dog? Okay. All right. Have you been thinking about getting a cat? Okay. So there's a couple things. One, she wants me to articulate to you that you are someone who is stronger than you give yourself credit for. And so she still hangs out with you quite a bit, but as far as coping without her, she's still there. She still hangs out with you quite a bit. She still visits you quite a bit. It's just not in a physical sense. She showed me something specific to this cat, so I don't know if what kind of story there was to the cat. But I have to ask a question. Do you often find yourself looking outside of yourself to deal with things? Because you struggle feeling that you can handle it. Okay. Do you journal, Sam? Like, have you stopped doing some creative stuff that you used to do? Because she gives me the impression that like having outlets is something that would be really good for you, because she gives me the impression that you kind of get stuck in your head a lot. Does that make sense? Okay. Sam, did you used to like go for walks and stuff? I'm not going to go there. Hold on. So what I'm going to say, a couple things. One, I want you to know that she's always there and you're more than welcome to talk to her whenever you want. I think you notice her much more than you give yourself credit for. So whenever you feel like those brushes against you, things like that, make sure that you're giving time to receive messages, Sam. So whatever you're seeing, whatever you're hearing, whatever you're feeling, try to sit with those in the present for a moment and see what messages you can get from her. She really wants me to like tell you to go, like she's brought up drawing a couple times, so I don't know if you're someone who likes to draw too, Sam, but she really wants you to get back into doing creative stuff to get out of your head because you spend a lot of time there. And she said that's always something that you did, and that basically she was a way for you to get out of your head. And she's telling me the breakdown is you don't know how to do that on your own, and it's something you're learning. So reconnect back in with that creative side, Sam, because you are worthy of being creative and doing these things. And in that, you'll be able to kind of get out of your head, because I think you just get stuck in these, like, do you sometimes notice you get stuck in like some depressive type cycle stuff? Thank you guys for all the tippy tapping. Y'all crazy. Okay. I'm going to also tell you the last two things, Sam, before I let her go that have come through. One, she gives me the impression that there was something about the bathroom, whether she like hung out with people while they were in the bathroom or the shower or whatever it may be. The other thing is the water has come up again. So I don't know if it's that there was something she did funny with her water bowl, or she really didn't like water, but just pin it, because she keeps referencing your mom. And so I think some of the things that I might not be able to connect for you, I think are connecting for your mom. So just pin them and kind of see if like in a day or two. Yeah, it's like, did she have a stainless steel water bowl? Yeah. Okay. So that's what it is. There's something to it about that. Like she was like, it's like, I'm funny about water. So it's like, I couldn't tell if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it didn't seem like it was a big swimming thing. So that's a plus. Let me ask you another question. In the last 2 weeks, have you been feeling like this, like pressure at the top of your head? Sometimes, every now and then? Okay, just know that that's spirit trying to chat with you. And so that also is our lost pets and all of those too. So when you feel that pressure, Sam, on your crown, take time to be present and connect back in and see what you get for messages. So here's what I'm going to tell you. She loves you to pieces. She's very happy. She's very bright when I get to see a side of her. The other thing too is her tail is always going. So that's still happening. And try to find things that you like to do, Sam, because you're worthy of doing them. So whether you start drawing again, whether you start walking again, whether you journal, find a way to get that stuff that's circling in your head out of it. Even if you write her letters, Sam, like write her letters and talk to her if that's the way that you feel you can do it. But all that love isn't just stopped. She's still there. She can still tell. So don't shut yourself off like she isn't there, because I promise she is. Promise, promise, promise. Ugh. The other thing too is like she showed me like there's some kind of mat that used to like hang out under the bowls. So I don't know what there is to that. Sam, thank you for, sorry that felt really tough there for a minute. Just pin some of the stuff I said because she's very adamant it'll make sense for your mom. Sam, do you want an oracle card before I let you go? All right, let's see. what we got. This is fucking funny. This is Archangel Zariel. Give and receive love and obey the spiritual laws. These cards get funnier and funnier, I'm fucking telling you. Hold on a second. Archangel Zariel is blue, violet, and gold, and he is in charge of the dog kingdom. Whether they are all domestic pets, wolves, foxes, jackals, or wild dogs, all canines originate from Sirius and carry the Christ light. Archangel Zariel is helping them to keep their hearts open and spread love everywhere they go, including Earth itself. The message of this card is to give and receive love. It also reminds you of the importance of family life. If you are distant from your immediate relatives, it calls on you to examine the situation and connect at a higher level through Christ-light. You are asked to keep your heart open and hopeful, and if you have close and loving bonds with your family, it recommends you find ways to deepen the links with pure, unconditional love. This card also suggests that you adhere to spiritual law, for this is the pathway to power with wisdom, joy, blessings, happiness, and love. So, there's that. Sam, that was fab. I hope that that was helpful, my friend. Thank you for allowing me to do it. You got good kids up there. Good ones. Welcome back, Claire. Casey, thanks for the heart me. All right, just give me 1 second. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. Stephanie, thanks for the heart me. All right, Casey. I'm going to Casey and then I'm going to Stephanie. Is there anybody else who has been waiting patiently for their oracle cards now that we've got through the readings? I would be happy to pull one for you if you would like one. If you've been waiting, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Casey, what do we got? Oh. Casey, left. You got it, Rez. Left or right, Casey? This is Archangel Perlamik. Let nature soothe you and serve the nature kingdom. Being in nature calms and balances you so that you can see everything through a loving lens. It also enables you to heal and regenerate. Your guidance is to connect with the tree today. These beautiful entities are keepers of local knowledge and they will automatically download it into you through your energy fields. Each kind of tree has specific qualities and gifts to offer you, such as help with forgiveness, abundance, consciousness, or grace. Simply tune in and know that you will receive what is right for you. Your guidance is also to serve nature today. Touch or think of a tree and invoke a spiritual energy and visualize it pouring down through the tree into the roots and spreading through the tree network. Holy shit. Casey, that was fabulous. Thanks for letting me pull it for you. All right, I'm going to Rez. I'm going to Stephanie because Rez has been waiting and I missed it. Let's see. Rez, left or right, my friend? Left or right? This is Seraphim Seraphisa. Relax and open up to source and keep your heart open. This is a high frequency card reminding you that the more you relax, the more you can access divine light. Take time to meditate and contemplate, and remember that every breath draws in source energy, so consciously breathe more deeply. Visualize the beautiful and the joyful, and choose activities that fill you with soul satisfaction and harmony, and spend your days with those who align with your higher energies. Find work that enables you to be who you truly are. Rez, that was fab. Thanks for being patient with me, my friend. All right, Stephanie, what do we got? Arnold, do you still want a card, my friend? Dinky's trying to keep me on track. All right, let's see. You're welcome. All right, Stephanie, let's see. This is Archangel Lavender. Prepare for soul healing and forgive and release everyone. You got it, Arnold. I'm coming to you next. Choosing this card indicates that you are ready to bring back the gifts, talents, and wisdom that you've earned on your soul journey. In order to do so, forgive everyone and everything that has hurt you in this life or any other. If you feel hurt or angry with someone, even though it may seem justified, ask yourself how long you're prepared to hold on to those emotions. A lifetime? 10 lifetimes? Let go now so that you can purify your soul star chakra. Strengthen your intention by affirming, I forgive everyone and everything that has ever hurt or harmed me in this lifetime or any other. Then Archangel Lavender can use her wisdom to persuade anyone who is blocking you to release you. Stephanie, that was fabulous. Whew. I hope everyone is having a beautiful Thursday. I got 2 spots left for readings, or we usually do just past life readings on Thursday. It is Throwback Thursday. If you're someone who's interested in those, past life readings are $22 hairs. Tomorrow is the new podcast episode where I'm going to talk about grounding, some somatic stuff, how to pull yourself out of a freeze, all the things that I do in my day-to-day life to pull me back in when shit has hit the fan. So that is what the podcast episode is about tomorrow. And then the guided meditation to meet your inner child in the ether is on Saturday. Look at you guys going at the tippy taps. All right, Arnold. This is Archangel Charity. Give with an open heart and be generous. This card invites you to open your heart and give without expectation of reward. This is a time for generosity. You may offer money, goods, assistance, or loving kindness. Whatever you choose to donate, it is your attitude that is being assessed by the universe. When you are big-hearted, magic happens in the cosmos, and the recipient of your liberality is blessed not just by your gift, but also by the love with which you offer it. This opens their hearts too. Your guidance is to practice unconditional giving so that you feel your heart warming and expanding. This activates the spiritual law of grace so that you receive a tenfold return of divine energy in your life. Archangel Charity reminds you that altruism enriches your heart chakra and lights your ascension path with a golden glow. Claire, I would see what your soul destiny is, honestly. I bet it has a 1 in it. Hi, Nikki! Of course you can. Let's see. Let's see, what do I have for Nikki today? This is Archangel Azrael. It is time to let go and prepare for change. Well, that makes a ton of sense, girl, don't it? Don't it? This card advises you that it is time for a transition in your life. One part is ending and another is waiting to take place. You may need to cut the cords to an aspect of your life and maybe a person, a situation, a job, a house, or a country. Your guidance is to release the old graciously and courageously and prepare for the birth of something expected but unknown. Know that the universe is supporting you with the new, whatever it is. Arnold, thanks for letting me pull it for you. All right, Leah. Nikki, that was fabulous. Leah, what do we got today? I see some themes today. That's what I'm going to say. Leah, this is Seraphim Seraphina. Be an ambassador for Earth and build your bridge to Source. Choosing this card suggests that you're acting as an intergalactic ambassador in your sleep or are training for this role. You may even be part of the team that advises the intergalactic council that runs this universe. You're on a path of service, and to perform to the best of your ability, you're reminded to keep your energy fields pure and high frequency. To ensure your 12 chakras are clear and open, it is suggested you follow a routine of bringing high frequency energy, such as Christlight, the lilac fire of Source, or the Mahatma down through them. When you become a unified column of light, mentally reach through your stellar gateway to Seraphina and let her light connect with you. Leah, that was a good one. There are a lot of big ones this week. A ton. So, happy Throwback Thursday, everybody. I have 2 spots left for past life readings if people would like to do them. They're $22 hairs, or they're the stuff up here. Tomorrow, the new podcast episode comes out where we're going to talk about how to get yourself out of the shit. because you know sometimes something happens and then it ruins your whole day. We don't live like that no more. So that's what the podcast episode is going to be about tomorrow, how to pull yourself kind of out of that funk. The soul contract numerology cheat sheet will be out tonight in the Patreon. And also Saturday is the guided meditation to meet the child within the ether. So don't forget, Ember is 20 doll hairs a month. It's also on a 7-day free trial if you want to check it out. What else? Spirit guide snapshots are available. Past life snapshots are available if that's something you're interested in. I can even show you what they look like. And if you're someone who has been interested in just doing your contracts and not your whole soul design, that is also now an option in the private booking link. What else? Is there anyone who's been waiting on an oracle card who has not had it yet? Ooh. I feel like I had swollen something there for a second. Oh, and movie night. If you're a unicorn, make sure you vote on the movie night poll. I think it's almost over. And the Green Mile is what is currently winning. So, if you are someone who would like that to change, make sure you vote if you're someone who is a unicorn. And if you're someone who's not in the Discord or the Patreon, feel free to come hang out. Follow us on YouTube. I repost the lives there. And we post, there's meditations that go up there too. So feel free to go check it out, especially if you're someone who has just started trying to connect into your guides. I have a guided meditation to meet your spirit guides, your soul family, and your healed ancestors. So if that's something you want to go do, it's on YouTube. Arnold, thanks for the heart puff. youthebomb.com. Or if anyone has questions about past life stuff, about readings, about their own stuff, feel free to let me know. I also really would like to again ask, is there somebody who has what looks like a white bulldog who had serious tear stains and some kind of pink bubble collar? I'm gonna ask again because the dog keeps coming up. Hi, Rain. Happy Thursday, everybody. Oh, and craft night is this coming Tuesday, so don't forget, if you're at all white dog, all white. The only part of her that's dirty is where she's dirty, like her tear stains and stuff. It is an all white bulldog, a French bulldog, and she's got this bubble collar on. It is the easiest way I can explain it. It's pink. It's a pink bubble collar. And she has a wicked underbite. Like wicked. Someone needs to claim your dog, frankly, because she's been butting in since I tried to talk to somebody else's. Rain, do you want a card, my friend? I'd be happy to pull one for you. Actually, do you want an oracle or a talisman? Ba, ba, ba. For some reason, I feel the need to show you this, so I'm gonna. If you're someone who's been wondering what a spirit guide snapshot looks like or a past life snapshot looks like, this is one of the spirit guide ones. So I go through and tell you in depth what is hanging in your energy, and then I tell you all of the things that your guides want you to know. So that is up in the reports tab. Whatever time you book it for is the time it appears in your email. And knowing me, it'll probably appear in the middle of the night before your report is due anyway. So just a heads up. And also, if you're someone who orders a report from me, please check your spam folder sometimes because it keeps going to people's spam. I think you said a talisman. Okay, let's see what we got. Hi, Red. How are you? All right, what do we have for Rain today? This is the Good Fortune card, Rain. You can also take a screenshot of it and use the sigil too if you would like to. All right, let's see what we got. In ancient Egypt, the scarab beetle was a symbol of good fortune, rebirth, and protection from jealousy. This card indicates prosperity and long-term success. It could also mean a miracle or a blessing. This, however, is not a passive fortune. Now is the time to formulate new ideas about the path that you want to follow. Decide what you're interested in and take action because luck is on your side. This card can also ease the hard work that needs to be done to get to the finish line, but it's up to you to see yourself through. You will resurrect your power when you encounter obstacles on your way, but you need to stay focused on your goals. Don't forget to celebrate your success. I attract good fortune is what the affirmation is. That was fabulous. Rain, thanks for letting me pull that for you. Ba-ba-ba. Happy Throwback Thursday, my friends. We do past life stuff on Thursdays. I usually open up 6 spots every day, so I have 2 spots left out of the 6 if you would like one. What else? Oh, today in the Patreon, the Soul Contract cheat sheet will come out. 2, the new podcast episode comes out tomorrow where we're going to talk about all things grounding, somatic work, how to pull yourself out of a funk, how to not stay in a funk, how to cut a rumination cycle. We're going to talk about all of those things. And then Saturday is the guided meditation to meet the child within the ether. So if you are someone who would like to be a part of that, Ember's on a 7-day free trial if you want to check it out. Look at you guys killing it with the likes today. Killing it. Oh my goodness gracious. Is there anyone who's been waiting for a card who hasn't had one? I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting anybody. And if anyone has questions, feel free to let me know. And don't forget, if you are someone who got a reading on this live stream, it'll be uploaded later to the YouTube. And if you're someone who ever wants to go back and review them, they're on the YouTube. And if you're someone who ever is interested and reading what people have to say about me, because you're supposed to vet your readers. I'm just going to say that one more time. In the Discord, there's an entire tab called Past Readings where people have talked about the readings that I've given them. So if you want to go check it out, feel free. Come hang out in the Discord. Jackson, I'm going to have to give you a Dorito because I didn't get dog treats because I forgot. Also, these are 10 times better than real Doritos. You can fight me over it if you want, but I will never eat real Doritos again. All right, let's see. Have a Dorito. Bum, bum. I'm going to have to go get dog treats. It's just not a fucking option. They are. And I personally think those are better than the Arnold. You got to try. Really. Frankly, they're so good. So good. It is so much better than the regular ones. I also think those are better than the Cool Ranch ones. That's just me. Ken, I was stressed yesterday and I forgot the dog treats. So I will go today before the ice storm of 2026 takes out North Carolina, Germany. Also, you know what I learned today? Not that I want to be this person, but my mind went to the gutter. Do you know there's a place called Climax, North Carolina? That's all I gotta say, what I learned today. Learn something new every day. Claire! I swear to God, there is. There is. It's called Climax, North Carolina. Hey, Rain. Ray, do you want to do a past life reading? You remember all those people kept coming into the live stream trying to take me to South Africa, okay? So I started telling people I lived in Germany. So that's where the North Carolina, Germany joke comes from. Because there were all these people coming in here trying to take me to South Africa. And I was like, no, I live in Germany. Sorry, I'm so far away. So it just stuck ever since. Rain, you were... I get that. 100%. 100%. So, Rain, let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen me do a past life reading before? Okay, so The way that I do my past life readings is this. I have a guide that helps me with all of them. So what I do is I connect into him, and then he shows me basically a prominent lifetime of yours. So we don't get to pick which one we go into. He shows me a prominent lifetime of yours. I get to look around. I get to see what you were doing, what you were up to, and I get to see some prominent soul cycles from that lifetime and how they affect you in this current lifetime. So if that sounds good to you, do I have permission to come over and visit? Okay. Rain, I just want to ask you two questions. Do you struggle with doubting your intuition quite a bit? And because of that, do you stop yourself from sharing a lot of information? Okay, just so you know, there is no judgment in this space, ever, okay? But I just want you to know you have a cord that goes from your solar plexus to your throat. And I wouldn't be surprised if sometimes when you want to share and you stop yourself from sharing, that you feel this like big invisible ball in your throat. So use that as your reminder to share it anyway. Okay, hold on. One more question. Do you deal with like back and shoulder pain? Okay. All right, let me see. Okay, first thing, you have no shoes on. So you're a man in this lifetime, but we're standing in. My first thought was that we were in Egypt, but I was told that it's Arabic. Here's the thing. When I first come in, you have on, we're standing out in the sun, first off. So there's flat, it's this is like, it's not terracotta colored, it's lighter than terracotta, if that makes sense, for the ground. The other thing is there's like these mountains up in the distance, but there's just like dust and dirt and sand. The sun is like really, really bright. It is hot. It is like beating down. You have on this like I don't know what the word is. It's like it's not it's like it's not a shawl, it's, but you wear it, right? Like there's a, I don't know how to articulate this, there's a, like your head's pulled through. This has been a big color lately. It's like plum red, like Merlot. And what also is super significant is you have this really big bushy mustache beard, and it's black. The other thing that's really specific too is your eyes are like this light color. And I actually wouldn't be surprised if you've seen this before. Like I wouldn't be surprised if you've had a dream where you've looked yourself right in the face, but you just weren't sure who it was. The other thing I want to tell you is this. The sun is really important because when I go further this way, there's some kind of temple, I don't know what I'm supposed to call it. Hold on. Pen. Oh God. What the hell? I'm not going to draw all three of them because if I do, this is going to look like a phallic image that's going to get us in trouble, and that's not what I'm going for. The top of this looks like, do you see what I mean? It's got this little like spike, and then it like puffs out at the top, and then it goes down, and there's three of them. So listen, so the other two are smaller. I know you can't see with the fucking pencil. I'm not using that. here's the thing. And when we get here, right, so there's this one. Sanskrit. Keep that in your brain for a second. So they have like this spike and then they like balloon out, right? And there's 3. So the other thing that's important is there's a walkway here. So there's like, this is the other one. These are all connected though, but here is the centralized walkway. The other thing I feel the need to tell you is that I can't tell if these are marble, but they look like a tannish marble. And then there's some kind of like gold. I asked and I was told Sanskrit, but it's like some kind of like gold inscriptions that run the rim of like, oh, you can't see, that like run the rim of the top. So the other thing too that I'm going to say is this is something that you weren't born here. This is like I almost want to say that this is a place that you came, like it feels like a pilgrimage, like because I see you like traveling to this place, right? And it's like this is something that you, because I get the impression in this lifetime it was like your 30s when you finally made it here, right? And so I'm watching you arrive to this place, and I know that it wasn't like, because when I first, that like half of what you had on your head was covered like you were going through a dust storm and I can only see your eyes. The other thing that I want to say that really keeps standing out to me is you have some kind of bracelet on your left wrist, okay? And this bracelet, man, I can't draw a bracelet. Just know I tried. Whatever the gold inscriptions are, like in this bracelet, they're also the same inscriptions that are like up here. They run like this way. Hold on one second. I just need to ask a question. Other thing is, so here's the walkway, okay? So here's, oh man, you can't see. Here's the door, okay? And then these are the stairs, like they're big ass stairs. I don't know how else to say it. They're big stairs that like lead up. But here's the thing. If we were to back up further, oh, that's a different past life. If we were to back up further, there's a courtyard. Okay, so here's that place, and here's the stair, the bottom of the stair. Then there's this opening, and then there's this square. There's water in here. Water. So it's like you're walking up to this building. This is the bottom step, and you're going past like this water. And it's not just any, like it is crystal clear water that is like landscaped perfectly. But it doesn't fit the time frame. That's all I'm going to say. This is like, there's a lot of thought and effort that went into this that's not normal for the time period. Like this is really a place. There's also like this foliage along the side of it. Like it looks like this is like lush and green, and I keep just getting like pilgrimage to it. So one thing I'm going to say is this. When I look at some of the soul cycles in this lifetime, one, there's the soul cycle of being a hermit. Not shocked. When I look through this timeline, you don't have any kids. You don't have any family. I actually get the impression that you left your family, at like in your teenage years to go out on your own, and like kind of like find yourself. And one of the other soul cycles here is there is this belief in your, like having the belief and the connection to these things, because what I keep seeing is you have these things, but the problem is that you struggle with using the intangibles because they're hard to believe, because they are intangible. And so part of this soul cycle is connecting into that. So in this timeline that I'm looking at, you were devoted to going to this place. I also keep feeling the need to tell you that wherever this place is that I'm like at with you, there is something heliocentric about it. So there is some kind of connection to the sun. Gold. I just heard, I just got chills as I heard it. It's that, I'm not going to say it right. Salam alaikum. I think I pronounced it right because I just got a chill up my jaw, which means peace be upon you. But it's a certain dialect. Hold on. Okay, next order of business. I just want to let you know that you are probably someone who finds yourself really connected to the stars. I actually wouldn't even be surprised if you're somewhat fascinated by sacred geometry, but you don't understand it. Specifically, hear me out, triangles, okay? So I wouldn't be surprised if when you go outside, Rain, and you look up at the sky, you notice the shapes that the stars make. So like, we could be like looking at, I don't know, like Orion's belt or whatever, and then you'll start to like connect the dots on these. Here's the deal. You've seen this lifetime before. They've told me explicitly that you have seen it. The problem is I don't think that, I think it's one of those, it's an intangible. So I get the impression that you have seen it like standing at the bottom of the stairs. The way they show it to me is like we're standing at the bottom of the stairs, like looking up. The other thing I want to tell you is that I feel the need to say this to you. You are worthy, Rain, of having these experiences. And even if there are people who don't believe the experience you're having, that doesn't nullify or put the experience as something that is null and void. So I just want to remind you of that. Like, the only way to connect back into your intuition is to start believing yourself, because you have a lot to share, Rain, and you're a lot more tuned in than you give yourself credit for. There's also something about your eyes in this lifetime. I actually think you went blind. That's been a theme today too, because I looked, so you made it to like I get like your 50s, but the thing is you have like real like big cataracts when you get there. So I get the impression that there is something that had to do with that, but the rest of you is like you just spent your life, it looks like, in the rest of your time as this place is like a pilgrimage. Like, you taught here, you loved here, you cried here, like you devoted to the belief that was in here. And again, I'm going to tell you, the sun is something that is like super prevalent. Also, there's an emblem that you wear towards the end of your life, Rain, that looks like this. It's a gold one. It hangs in a pendant around your neck, and it looks like this. Hold on. I am not going to do this justice at all, but please know I'm trying really hard to try to draw this. Oh my god, this is terrible. Okay, I'm going to give you the gist of it. So this pendant that you have on, right, is it's a sun, but they're not straight rays. They're like, they kind of have like a curve to them and a point, and they go, it's like they're turned. It's not like they're straight. It's like I'm looking at like the way, the shape of it, they're like, they're just cockeyed. Like, they're just cockeyed. I really hope that makes sense, because it's like, it's just, it was a gold pendant that you, and it's like, I get the impression that whatever this gold pendant is that you had, right, in this, you earned it through whatever you did in this place. Whatever it was. And I just need you to know that I also think, Rain, there is some kind of soul contract here. So I don't know if there is a guide or like a deity or someone, but I really feel like there is some kind of soul contract connection here with work that you agreed to do in this current timeline. Dude, that's sick. I love that. See, and this is why I find that past lives are super important, because we learn so much about ourselves in the present and why we do. I'm getting it. I saw you. There's a lot we can learn, like when we're really like interested in something, or there's like a certain time period that we're just fascinated by. There's usually a reason. Also, Rain, before I let you go, there's one thing, because I just dealt with this for myself the other day. There's a different language. And it's not Arabic. It's an offshoot of... hold on. I gotta... Okay. I just want to say this one thing. This is what Bengali looks like. Bengali is a language that is a mix of Arabic and Sanskrit and some other things. And this is what it looks like. That's super cool. See, so I think this really was confirmation for you, because didn't you say you did this and you doubted it? Is that the regression that you did that you doubted? Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you is Rain, are you someone who in the last like couple years has started coming back into your intuition? If you don't, stop it. I just gave you a Dorito. Okay. So, I feel the need to tell you the frog story for some reason, so I hope it helps. When I first came out of the spiritual closet, it wasn't something that I wanted to do. Like, I was like scrolling through TikTok. I was watching like people do mediumship. I was watching other stuff. I was watching some people take advantage of some people. I was watching some like not so great stuff. And the spirit kept telling me like, you can do this. Why aren't we doing it? And when I would get a reading for myself, the people would be like, why aren't you doing this? And I would be like, God damn it. And so what ended up happening is in February, I decided to come out of the spiritual closet because I was told if you build it, they will come. Bet. So I started coming online, and the only thing I told people was, hey, I'm a medium. I didn't tell anybody else anything. I just said, I'm a medium. I talk to dead people. Let me do it for you. And so when I started reading other people, I started getting messages that made no fucking sense to what we were talking about. And I stopped saying those things out loud because I was convincing myself that it didn't make sense. And so there was one day I was in the middle of a mediumship reading, and I got this like blatant image of a frog, and it had nothing to do with the conversation that was happening. So I was like, something in me was like, don't say that. That's stupid. That wasn't right. But something was like, just say it. And so I remember saying to this person, like, hey, is there something important about frogs? And this person was like, holy fuck. Like, I've been thinking about frogs all day. Frogs have been blah, 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 blah. And so if I didn't like trust myself, Rain, I would never have said that. And from that day on, that confirmation was more confirmation for me to keep saying the weird ass shit. Right? And the other thing too is sometimes other people, like, they don't click as fast. And so what I want you to know is trust that inner knowing, Rain, and trust your gut. Like, if you know you're right, bitch, you're right. And just tell the person to pin it or hold it or whatever, especially for you. If you know you're right and you need to prove it to yourself, just pin it and come back to it. And I promise, you'll see that you were right all along. The other thing, Rain, I tell people to do is when I do meditations and stuff for myself, I'll write down like what I get for the information. And if it's something, like what I'll do is I'll flip back through those, and half the time the shit that made no sense 3 months ago makes sense when I flip back through it. I just wasn't able to connect the dots, but it was the right information. So start like kind of dumping all the stuff you get, Rain, and you don't have to worry about if it's right or wrong. And then you can just go back and then you'll start to confirm it for yourself. Boom. That was fucking fun. I love past life readings. Rain, thanks for letting me in your energy. Claire, thank you for gifting your beautiful friend a reading, because it's always a thoughtful thing to do. So thank you for that. Whew. I get that. Ugh, I'm so glad that you're coming back, and I hope you're feeling better, more like yourself. You are so welcome, Rain. Thanks for allowing me in here. And if you want, I don't know if you're in the Discord or whatever, but if you would like this picture, I would be way more than happy to send it to you if you would like it. So let me know, and I would be more than happy to ship it on over to you. Okay, you got it, my friend. I will be more than happy to send it to you. That's also for anyone else too. If you're someone who I do a reading for, and if I draw like your little outfit or whatever, and you want a picture of it, I'll send it to you. Just let me know. Just let me know. Boom. That was fabulous. Thank you guys for letting me in your energy. So, friendly couple reminders before I forget. I have one spot left for a reading today if you would like it. Also, tomorrow the new podcast episode comes out. I'm going to talk about how do I ground when shit hits the fan? How do we pull ourselves out of a freeze response? How do I deal with big things as they come up? Those are all the things we're going to talk about in the podcast episode tomorrow. Also, the soul contract cheat sheet comes out tonight, and then the guided meditation to meet the child within the ether is on Saturday. Oh, let the happy tears out. It's so worthy because we stuff it in there. We stuff all that shit and then it has nowhere to go. So make sure you get it out because you're worthy of getting it out, my friend, truthfully. Oh, now I have a stuck energy burp. I also need to tell you that Bengali looks a lot like Lumerian, just a little different. I wonder if Sanskrit has to do with that. I gotta write that down. I gotta ask that later. Hold on. I'm not gonna write it on her paper though. Where the freak? Okay. Sanskrit and Lumerian. Okay, they're connected. How do I know that? I was just told, but we'll find out later. Okay. Note to self. Look that up. Lumeria came up? Really? Rain. That's funny. Have you ever seen Lumerian writing? Because it's that's crazy. Okay. So, I'm going to tell you a couple things. One, there's a couple different sections to Lumeria as I understand it. There's White Lumeria, that's one of them. The other thing is that people will say that Lumeria was the precursor to Atlantis. There are some thoughts about our evolution with Lumerians. I don't know if you have a Lumerian crystal. They have those, the Lumerian seed crystals. You might want to get one of those and see how you feel with it. Also, what I will tell you, Rain, is if you're someone who hasn't done energy work or even like tried energy healing, I think you should. I think the more you work on your intuition, the more you'll open up channels to do certain things. Hello, Allison. I think you'll open up more channels to do certain things. Get it, girlfriend. Get it, get it, get it. Look at that. I love how that works out. So fun. I don't know if I did a meditation to Lemuria. I know we've done a meditation to Atlantis, and we did a meditation to the Mintonkans and Nocturus, but I don't think we've ever done a Lumerian one. We might be able to one day. I never thought about it. I can ask. You're so welcome, Rain. Thanks for hanging out with me, truthfully, and allowing me in your energy. Oh, Allison, thanks for being patient with me. Let me pull your oracle card. Is there anyone else who's been patiently waiting for an oracle card today who has not had one? This is Metatron, Allison. Increase your light levels and open your stellar gateway chakra. Let's see. You are blessed to receive this card of ascension and higher service, for it shows the mighty Archangel Metatron is with you and working with your stellar gateway chakra. Your guidance is to wear his ascension cloak so that he can help you to keep your 12 chakras fifth dimensional and balanced. To do this, close your eyes and visualize him placing it over your shoulders, and know that he is illuminating your aura with his golden orange light as his mighty wings enfold you. Allison, thanks for letting me pull it for you. Beth, thanks for the heart me. Okay, so don't forget, I have one spot left for a past life reading today. If you would like one, they are 22 doll hairs, or they're the fiery dragon over here, I think. And then the cheat sheet for soul contract numerology comes out today in the Patreon. Tomorrow is the new podcast episode about grounding, somatic work, how to pull yourself out of a freeze. And then Saturday is the guided meditation to meet the child within the ether. All right, let's see. What do I have for Beth? Hello. Beth, this is Archangel Raziel. Seek and you will find. Be a wise one. Drawing this card suggests that you are ready for a more profound spiritual understanding. It is time to seek a deeper meaning to your life. This will enrich you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and you will experience a profound sense of joy and fulfillment as you explore the sacred and limitless mysteries of the universe through reading or meditation. As you tune into the wisdom of the universe, your own soul wisdom will flow forward. Others will sense this and treat you with respect, and they will be drawn to you for your wise counsel and insights. Your guidance is to explore with humility and at the same time stand in your true magnificence and act as a wise one. Beth, that was fabulous. Thank you for letting me pull it for you. You are very, very welcome. Oh, so happy Thursday, everybody. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. Thank you guys for all the tippy taps. I would like to remind you of a couple things. Spirit guide snapshots are available as reports. I'm going to show you what they look like so you can see it. It's the same with a past life snapshot. So if you are interested in a spirit guide snapshot, this is what they look like. I tell you what's in your energy and then all the messages that your guides would like you to know. And whatever time you book the appointment for is the time that the report appears in your email. Friendly reminder, please check your spam box because that's been doing weird things. Ella, let's see, my friend. What do we got for Ella today? Hello. This is Seraphim Seraphiel. Tune into the divine will and open to higher illumination. Let's see. When the Seraphim Seraphiel comes to you, he is inviting you to step up your light. Imagine what your life would be like if you opened your heart completely, then act as if it is fully open. When you do so, Seraphiel will bring you inner peace, happiness, healing, abundance, and love. Expand your heart and receive his illumination. This card is also a call for you to tune into your higher self and listen to the divine will. Then do whatever needs to be done to harmonize with your divine blueprint for life. When you do this, your life will be enriched beyond your wildest imaginings, and all the help you need is pouring into you now. Ella, that was fabulous. Thanks for the follow, Emily. You have an itchy nugget? Oh, thanks for letting me pull that for you. That was fab. You're so welcome. So welcome. Oh, I see you. I see you. I do see you. Oh, all right. I'm getting hot all of a sudden, and I wish you guys could see what's happening right now. Hold on. Oh, he's going to move, so I couldn't rat him out. He was just standing underneath you guys like this, staring into the depths of my fucking soul. Emily, would you like an oracle card, my friend? Also, just so you know, I have one spot left for readings today. So if you are someone who would like to do a past life reading, they're 22 doll hairs, and I have one spot left. So oracle cards are cards that have specific intentions set within the deck. So this oracle card is about archangels. So whatever kind of comes from this oracle deck is kind of a general idea about energy or things that might pertain to you generally. Where tarot, people put like very specific meanings to each card, or they're up for interpretation. Emily, I'd be happy to just pull one for you if you would like one. I'm also really sorry to hear that. You got it, my friend. Okay, so soul contracts numerology chart will come out today. If you are someone who probably not, just gonna go with a probably note. Soul contracts, if you're someone who would like to do just that portion of your soul design versus the whole soul design, that's available in the private booking link. Past life snapshots are available. Spirit guide snapshots are available. Whatever time you book the appointment for is around the time that the report will wind up in your email. Tomorrow is the new podcast episode. Saturday is the guided meditation to meet the child within the ether. So those are all the things that we have going on over the next couple of days. And then don't forget, movie night is Monday, and Tuesday is craft night if you want to come hang out with us in the Discord. Okay, how long have we been on here? Holy. All right, Mom. So here's the deal. Is there anybody who would like to grab the last reading spot of the day? Because I'm going to tell you that I cannot confirm or deny if I will be back later. I cannot confirm or deny. So, as of right this second, I have one spot left for readings if you would like to snag it. Otherwise, feel free to check out the private booking link or come hang out in the Patreon. Ember's also on a 7-day free trial if you want to come check it out without any commitment. Hi, Queen. How are you? And don't forget, if you're looking for Mediumship 101 classes, Energy 101 classes, any of those things, they're all on demand in the Patreon. All my classes in Patreon are $22. If you see it listed for more than that, get out of the app and go through a web browser. Because like the iOS store and stuff likes to charge. I think the octopus is about to, the end of the octopus is coming. Okay. I'm going to be honest, I probably could, but why I wouldn't do that is when someone sets an expectation, it can, the octopus lost a leg. It can really kind of mess things up. So that's why I don't ever go looking for a specific one, because when we set an expectation, it puts our ego in the way. So I usually wouldn't do a specific one. That makes sense. She could always ask to see it, like in her. Oh my God. I really like that octopus, to be very honest. I'm actually. Bye, Claire. Tell your dad I said hey. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I wouldn't be someone that would go into a specific past life. So there might be people who would. I just wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't. But you're more than welcome to try for you too. I know I've tried to, whenever I've set an intention to look at my life, like one of my past lives, I don't pick a past life. I pick what I set with the intention is show me something that I need to learn or grow from, like a lifetime that I need to learn or grow from that directly affects this one. So that's how I go and sift through my own personal ones. Or sometimes if I'm listening to something and I get like weird images of stuff, I'll stop, because that's usually a red flag that I'm entering a past life. And so I'll try to look around. So if you like feel moved by like a certain type of music or like a certain type of timeline or a certain part of history, sit with it and see what comes up about it. see what comes up. Okay, is there anyone who has lingering questions, you want to grab the last reading spot, or you want to grab your oracle card? Otherwise, check out the private booking link and come hang out with us in the Patreon and the Discord. Ella, so let me just say one thing. I don't see past lives as past. I explain them as past because that is the construct through which humans understand time. So I see them as linear lifetimes. So they're still happening at this moment. It's why it's easy to jump into these other timelines. Some people have a lot. Thousands, hundreds. I've never seen somebody with just a couple. That I can say. Oh my God. There's all different colors inside this octopus. I don't know what this octopus is made of, but he was a tough one. He fought the good fight. He really did. So, what I will say is if you're someone who would like to see a past life snapshot, they kind of look like this. This is a spirit guide snapshot. But basically, if I can get my private information off the screen, I would be more than happy to show it to you. What in the hell? I can't. Hold on. This is what a spirit guide snapshot looks like. So what it does is it tells you what's in your energy and then all the things that your spirit guides would like you to know. And that is how I do it with past life snapshots, is I break down all the things I see in your past life and then I break down the soul cycles. So that is how it looks and that's how you would get it. And then also if you're someone who's just interested in your soul contracts as a part of your soul design, that is also an option now in the private booking link, versus having to get the whole report if you don't want it. Okay, I'm going to run away. Speak now or forever hold your peace. I cannot promise if I will return. I'm just going to say that one more time. I can't promise if I will or not. So if I do not return, check out the private booking link. Check out the cheat sheet in the Patreon tonight. New podcast tomorrow. And then guided meditation on Saturday. And come hang out with us in the Discord too. Also, there's a free part of the Patreon. And don't forget, Ember is on a 7-day free trial. So if you want to come check out the Patreon without any commitment, feel free to do so. All right, my friends, I love your faces. I will see you later.